Alright guys, welcome to the stream. Second stream on this channel, and again tonight we're just going to be chilling, jamming out, listening to some tunes, searching the markets for any opportunities, and yeah, just going to show you my strategy and hang out. So without further ado, let's have a look and see what we can find on these markets, man. Wrong one. There we go. Alright, welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing? I know there's currently no one here, but you know, I've been told that the best way to do it is to pretend like there are people here. So that's what's going to happen until someone shows up in the chat. Let's move this out of the way because then I can't see the chat. Alright, so yesterday we had a pretty successful stream. We got 2 trades live on stream. One we didn't enter live on the live account, but we did sort of post it up on the chart. The second we got live, which was nice. And if you want to go see what they were like, you can go check out the VOD or the YouTube video now on my channel. So what you're looking at the moment is a trade that I entered. It could be a little premature, and that's how it goes sometimes, but I'll tell you the reason why I wanted to enter this trade and see if it does you know, stop us out or it continues. So the reason why is because if we go to the 1 hour chart now, we can see that we've been in an uptrend for quite a while. Okay, price has created a new high, and from this area has been very strong buying pressure. Okay, you can see these 4 candles, they're just pretty much a straight line, so it shows lots of buyers are in this area. As prices come back to this area, I'm looking for a reaction. Now it has already reacted once, as you can see on the 15-minute, but what I'm looking for, and the reason why I've entered, is if we zoom in a little bit more, is because if I go to the 1 minute, what we can see is the last lower high. In fact, this is the last lower high, but lower high, and this is the last lower low. Once we came up from this point, we created a new lower low and a new high. We broke these highs here, which is a change of character in the trend. We came back into this zone, which would have been a nice entry to get a nice little trade down on this point of interest here. As you can see, we came in and then we've just shot up and we've created a new higher high. So what I really want is this area to hold, okay, specifically this area here, and not break this low. Hence why my stop loss is below this low, because if we don't break this low, then theoretically we should be pushing up. Now I entered on the 5 minute, which in hindsight at the moment wasn't the best. I entered on the break of this candle high after the first touch of this zone, but we're having a bit of drawdown, but we can see there is some buyers trying to push price up. So I'm hoping that this area is going to hold. If we go down to the 1 minute and we draw in our zone at the moment, we're actually playing in it. So we just wait and see. There may be another entry to be taken on the 1 minute chart, but if not, we just wait and see how this one plays out. If it stops me out, it's not too bad of a problem. Okay, it just means the analysis wasn't quite right. But we shall see. Another one we're looking at, and missed it because I started the stream, was this break here. Really wanted to get in this trade. Reason for it, we had this supply zone here. We came up and touched it. Should have entered in hindsight on the break of this candle here with stop loss just above here. But I wanted to break this low before I entered, and I wanted to enter on that candle there, or maybe like the first push, but we've already made a big push. So that's a miss out, unfortunately. I started the stream, was getting everything ready, and missed it. That's right, sometimes those things happen. So we're still playing on this one at the moment. What I want this to really like push up, if it can, from this lower zone here. That would be awesome, and then continue up, make a new high, and then sort of come up to this supply zone, fill this imbalance, which is basically just empty orders here. Okay, and then potentially continue up, as it has been an uptrend, and if it holds this area here, we could just come up to retest this area to continue further or continue on, but that doesn't really matter for me. I just want this 1-to-1, and I'm going to let one run. Okay, it's 15 pips. So yeah, I'm really upset about that, but there we go. You win some, you lose some. I should have entered up here, but that's how it goes. So at least I knew, at least the analysis was right. I take that as a bit of a win. So yeah, this is the live watch list I've put together on the right hand side here, and basically we're just going to go through these, pretty much just chill, see what we can find. Just texting my friend. Okay, so areas of interest. Let's go through from top to bottom. Let's just have a look at what we're going on here. Okay, so let's just stay on this trade for a minute, because what I really want to see is if we break this candle high. Okay, that's a nice sign. We've got a wick rejection currently. Yo, what's up, man? We just out here looking for these setups, yo. We got one trade running at the moment. It's kind of gone into drawdown. I'm hoping this area is going to hold, because we created a new high. And yeah, but we'll see how that one goes. Just missed this bad boy. Oh yeah, bro. How's your day been? Making trades, get that guap. Yeah, man, that's what we're gonna try and do. So, just looking at this area here now. This is GU, so GBU against USD, and what I want to see price do. We got this area consolidation here, so lots of volume. We got this nice area here. Was good, thanks, bro. Just took a little one to go. Oh yeah, how was that? She loved it. That's sick. She wasn't scared. So I basically just wait for price to come up into this zone, and then we're going to look for a reaction from there. We just got stopped out on EuroCAD. That's a bit deep, but that is just how it goes sometimes. I bet from there we're going to get stopped out and it'll go. Yeah, man, she did so good. No fear at all. Felt a bit iffy on the stairs, but even I got wobbly on them, as they have. Oh yeah, I think I remember them actually. That's sick though. I'm glad she enjoyed it. She was hyped for it. Your NZDs are kind of nice here. Got some consolidation here from the zone. Had strong buyers. We have come down and mitigated this empty gap here already, but we haven't really touched down into the actual zone yet that created that sudden push. So if we can come down into here, put an alert. Then we could look up the setups there. So what you doing once you're sort of settled, man? Are you sort of on? Are you playing games? What you doing? Ooh, Gbpjpy's gonna look a bit tasty in a minute. All right, let's keep an eye on this. Let's get rid of all this gubbins down here from past trades. Keep it clean. Right, let's see what else we got going on. So yeah, major watch list right now. We got GU looking the nicest, in my opinion, for a 5-minute reversal from this zone. Again, it's not an ideal time. It's 6:30 here in the UK, but volume still continues till about 8:30. But not really much more until 7:30. Sorry, bro, I had a call. How's your day been? Yeah, day's been good, man. Been absolutely flat out with work up to about 4. Then I went for a quick skate for an hour, came back in, showered, ate some food, and now just having a look at these charts. Going to be on for about another 45 minutes or so, and then just chilling. So yeah, if you just joined the stream, welcome. This is just a chill stream. It's our second stream on the channel. And basically, it's just a place for me to journal my trades, meet some like-minded people, hang out, and hopefully make some money. So yeah, if you haven't already, give the stream a like and subscribe. That'd be much appreciated. And yeah, we're just gonna hang out and see what's going on. Right, Eurusd's looking pretty cool too. We've got this nice looking zone here. We've been in, well, on the 5-minute, we've been in a massive downtrend, breaking pretty major structure. So we can see this area here, which is looking quite nice, where we've had a huge sell-off, okay, huge expansion from sort of quite a slow-moving downtrend compared to this. So what we're going to be looking for is for when price comes back up into this zone, a reaction. So if it comes up into this zone and then we create, hold on, let me see if I can draw something. So yeah, if let's do this. No, hold on. You want this one. So if it comes up, we get a little candle. Oh no, it's not going to work. I'm going to draw it in. So it come up, have a candle that comes down. Oh my god, it's all going Pete Tong. Like so. Which is going up, sorry. So this is the first candle into the zone. If we get a candle which is going to go break that candle low from the zone, then we're going to enter a sell just as that happens. Stop loss above here. We're going to go for a 1-to-1 like so. Once we hit the 1-to-1, we'll take 80% of the trade size off the table, take the profit, continue, let it move the last 20% move and bring stop loss to break even. And that's the trading plan. So that's what we're waiting for to happen there. It's pretty much the same setup as GU. Once we get up into this zone, GU is probably going to be ready to fire a bit sooner than EU. So let's see. So we've got a good looker going on here. This is GB against the Aussie dollar. Now we've been in a downtrend. And we are sort of still in a downtrend. Sort of now we're just consolidating. But that's okay. So what we're going to look at now is the fact that we have come up to this zone. Just change my box. Okay, to this high volume zone. And we've had a reaction. Right, we've created a new low. So now we've changed for this uptrend here. New higher high, new higher high. We now got a new lower low. So we've changed character of the trend, which is what this means. COAC. So character has changed in the trend. We've made a new low. Okay, so that could determine that price is going to continue now in a downtrend. So what I'm going to look for an entry is a potential move from here or from the top. Alright, so if price comes up into this supply zone on the 5-minute chart and gives me my entry signal, then we're going to take a sell. Because we've got all this down here to come and refill. And we've also broken structure with this low here, but we didn't break structure with this high. So we could keep coming down to take out this area because there's lots of liquidity down here. So if we can come price up into this area and it goes beep, then we're watching for sales. Also, looking, although it's against the Aussie dollar, not the US dollar, the GB is sort of on a rise at the moment on most pairs, or at least on these two, and I'm anticipating continuation to the downside. So let's see. So yeah, we're looking at 2 now. We've got GU and GA on the live watch list. EU, but it's going to take a little while. And other than that, we did have a nice little setup there, which we've kind of missed. But supply zone, big shoot down. If I could have entered on that candle there, or if we pull back a bit, could enter a sell. Because we have got this zone down here to check out. Let's see what happens with this. You're going to be, if you're there, man, if you're going to be playing some GW2, Guild Wars 2 later. Got a nice example here which we missed out on because we ran out the charts, but this was at 3 o'clock today. Similar setup to what we're looking for on Gbpusd. Okay, when we come up into this zone here, we want to look for a reaction. On Aussie dollar against the USD, we had that reaction today. So if I draw everything out, if I get my fixed range profile indicator, okay, we can see that high volume, and this white line is the highest amount of volume, is in this area. And then from this area, we had a huge push down, breaking structure. Okay, price then came back up to revisit this area on the 5-minute, and we did break through, but we didn't close above the zone. And we had an instant reaction, which is just like sent price down. There could have been 2 entry options here. It would have been the break of this candle here, quite a high stop loss, going for a 1-to-1, which we would have made, which is there. All right, so it's just a confirmation with candle break, or we could have taken aggressive stop with our stop loss just above here, and we would have. This is the risk of an aggressive stop. Sometimes we do push up an aggressive entry. Sorry, so it would have been as soon as we hit the entry, we were just entered. If I had a stop loss here, of course, we would have got stopped out, and then it went again, or went with us. So I would say that the 5-minute breaker candle was the better entry here, which it was. So that would have been a nice setup there. That's kind of what I'm looking for every day. This exact thing here. So just for YouTube video purposes or Instagram video purposes, I'm going to talk about this again. So this is what I'm looking for every single day. We've got this area consolidation with a high amount of volume. Okay, this white line is the point control, the most volume. You can see from this zone here that my mouse is on, we've had a big push down. Price then came back up into the area. It did go above, but it didn't close above. And then what I'd be looking for is a break of the recent previous candle, which it did. Stop loss would be above the previous candle, and we go for a 1-to-1. As you can see, that trade would have played out perfectly, and that's what I'm looking for every day in the markets to make some money. GU is also looking similar setup. You've got this consolidation, high profile volume. Okay, in this zone, price is on the way up. I want price to mitigate this zone. All right, clear this gap here, and then we're going to look for an entry. Cool. Well, I will certainly cut that up for Instagram. Right, so this is it. This is the kind of what happens when you're trading. It's just a waiting game now. This is why I like to do it when I'm a bit more relaxed. I find that during the day I can do it, but if I'm busy, I can't just sit back and wait and be patient. Although I have got my zones drawn in, so I could, go out and do my thing, but I like to be able just to chill, not let too much stress get in the way, and just trade easy. Okay, so Gbpjpy is doing its thing at the moment. We are getting a reaction, although I don't want to enter on a first candle. I'd like price to break low here. That'd be cool. But then if price does come down, we could get a reaction from this zone and keep pushing up into the zone a bit more, so it's probably not time to enter yet. So now we wait. Now we wait. Right, let's have a look at some crypto, shall we? See if what we can find going on here. if anything. I don't tend to like to trade crypto as much as as Forex, purely because it moves slightly different, and sometimes I just don't get why it does what it does. But we still see the same sort of setups, and that's what we got here. So we got a rally down, we have consolidation, okay, consolidation high is here. We've also got a big node here, which isn't too much bigger than this one, too much smaller, sorry. So we've got a zone here, a zone of interest, a point of interest. So we're going to wait for price to come up into this zone. So exactly the same setup as what we're looking at GU now, and EU and GA. Okay, it's just the same setups all the time. We got another one here. Okay, so we had a nice free draw in our volume indicator. You should see, actually point of control is down there, but what we have is a low and then a supply zone. And when price did come back into that supply zone, it didn't break above, it respected it, and it pushed price down to break new lows. Now the supply zone, the stronger the supply zone, sorry, the more the move broke structure and went straight down, the stronger the supply zone. Alright, so let's see if we can find another example. This one didn't really work here, but we broke all this structure, but we've been in sort of an uptrend there. This is a nice one, which it did work. Probably on the 15-minute it will look a bit smoother. So we've made this high, okay. We've had a push down, we've got some consolidation here, and I reckon there'll be a really high node, or the point of control will be in that zone. Perfect, okay, point of control is in that zone. So then we go down to the 5-minute, we're going to look for the candle which we think is the sort of initiator of the zone, and I'm going to say it's this white candle here. Okay, because from this area, not so much up here, but from here, we then initiated the push down. So this zone here is where all the sellers created this big leg of expansion down. When price came back up into the zone, okay, you can see it shot back up, and we had an instant reaction. If we would have entered on our entry point of break of the candle low, stop loss above the zone, going for a 1-to-1. We've got a nice nice trade there. Now with my strategy, what I do is I would have brought my stop loss to break even after taking 80% of this trade off the table, and I would have, let's say, brought stop loss to break even, so we would have got stopped out. That last 20% would have got stopped out, but it doesn't matter because I already won my trade that I was looking for, got that 80%, and if the rest did run and didn't hit stop loss, then we could have, you know, doubled up maybe, but eventually it would have gone to break even if I had let it run and run and run. But we do have a demand zone here which did hold and then push price back up. So supply and demand, it's just up and down, up and down, up and down. You just got to find, be patient, wait for these zones. Again, this is perfect here, exactly the same setup. Consolidation, big move down, price came back, waited for the reaction to show that it's going to hold. We broke this candle low, we entered, we got the trade we wanted. That's the strat. That's all we're looking for, man. That's what we want. See if we can find any more examples here. There's another one here. Oh no, we looked at that one. Let's find another one. This could be one. It's a bit messy, but this could be one. So, leg down, higher up. Okay, this is also a supply zone up here, but we created a lower one here, which broke structure, broke this, actually broke this as well, which is kind of major. If we draw this in here, alright. Oh, we didn't quite get there. Right, price didn't quite come up into the zone. We could have called it this area as well, because that is the supply, because that actually is the initiator of this structure break, not here. We had a pause and then the large amount of selling happened. So this could have been a sell here. Alright, if we saw that break a structure going for a 1-to-1, that works quite nicely there. So a little bit of back testing that until the alerts come. There's no point in really looking at the charts we've been looking at for now. So we're looking for this area to do the similar thing. Let's go back in time and see what we can find. Got one here. Okay, so we've been in downtrend for a while. We've got a few sort of little areas, but this is quite an important one. Got quite a lot of volume in there. And if we draw this in, it will be the highest volume area. Okay, we've got the point of control again running right through the middle. So if we find our POI, point of interest, order block, it's going to be this candle here, because that's where the move began from. And this move broke this low and eventually broke this low, continuing the trend down. When price did finally come back up into the zone, we got a reaction. Okay, would have waited for a candle to break the recent low. You could either go stop loss here for a small 1-to-1, or stop loss above the zone. We would have still got our 1-to-1 right there. So this strategy does work. Okay, it's just simple price action. It's just what price does. It says how it behaves. That's it. There's not much else to it. It's price action trading, understanding why things happen. Got another one here. Okay, so we got consolidation here. Okay, if I draw it out, probably going to get a point of control down here. No, this point of control is still there. Alright, so we got this leg up. We got a base, high volume area, which then continued to push price up. Alright, price did eventually come back into this zone. Should be these two candles here, specifically this one. Okay, price came in. Now if we entered our break it candle and our stop loss was below the low, going for our 1-to-1, we would have been in a bit of a sideways action, but then suddenly we did shoot up from the area, created a new high before price came down. Now actually did respect this zone quite nicely. It then became resistance twice, and then we broke back through. You can see how in the future this zone does get respected. Okay, so that's 3 trades we found there. Let's get rid of this because we've got another one here. So we've got price that comes down. Okay, this one breaks recent structure and actually pushes price all the way down, breaking all this structure here. This would have been a bit of a risky one, but it played out. So if we draw in again our volume, got our point of control here. The highest volume in this leg is here. We're going to find our zone, which is this candle here, because from this candle price reacted. Okay, from where price reacted from there, we would have waited for price to come back up into the zone. Now this is the 5-minute on Hey Amir, what's going on? So this zone, we would have waited for a candle break, gold check. I'm not looking at gold at the moment, man. We're looking at some crypto. But how you doing? What are you saying about gold? Is it going up, going down, sideways? Let's have a look at gold, see what's going on, see if we can see what's Amir's talking about or wants to know. Right, let's have a look. Let's do some top down, see what's going on. Kind of messy at the moment. Okay, so gold check. I'll give you my analysis of what I think is happening with gold if you're still there. If you're not still there, no worries, man, but I'll do it anyway. So, got this big zone down here, which is stopped price, and price has then created new highs. Okay, we haven't broken this high, but we have sort of gone in an uptrend, come back into the zone, which in the past has also been respected 1, 2, 3 times. All right, so this is the 4-hour chart. We're going to drop to the 1-hour chart. The 1 hour is showing reaction off the zone. Okay, we've got this wick candle here. If we go to the 15-minute, I'm not really seeing much going on here. That's, you know, there's just a bit too much. But if we go to the 5-minute, we can see that we've been in this lower downtrend all the way. Okay, but we've recently broken this high on the 5-minute chart, and when we did that, we created a new higher high, sorry, a higher low, and a new higher high, and a new higher low. So this could be the beginning of price changing direction from this 4-hour zone. Nothing for me to trade here at the moment. This could be seen as a supply zone, and we could get a trade down, but I don't like the way it's still going up. It could literally just continue flinging up. So if you're still there, Amar, that's what I'm saying about gold. Amir, sorry. I have a friend called Amar. Anyway, let's go back to crypto. Let's see what we were saying. Right, let's go back in time a bit. See what we can find. Alright, another example. Thanks, bro. Oh, no worries, dude. So, for me right now, there's not much going on. So, I didn't know if you were still there. For me right now, not much is going on. But we could see over the next sort of 4 hours, you know, a while that this area holds and we get a push back up. Because, as you can see in the past, this area has held 3, 4 times. This will be the 5th. Which it could happen. There holds. Okay, we have like broken some structure here, so this could be just mitigation of the supply zone which created this push up. For me, I normally trade the 5-minute chart, and I'm a scalper, not so much a long-term trader. So yeah, just basically watch it. I'd say it's going to go sideways for a bit before you see any drastic change. Just a quick recap though, you know, for me, I've been doing this for 7 years now. Use smart money concepts and supply and demand with price action. As you can see, there's no indicators on my chart, just purely looking at the chart, looking at how price moves, understanding why it moves, and then finding opportunities from price moving in that way. The only indicator or tool that I like to say I use is the let me go here and show you, is the volume profile tool. Okay, this volume profile tool allows me to find the areas with the most volume, because where there's volume there's reaction, and reaction is what we like. Okay, so when price does come up into this zone, which we're waiting for, we've got our alert here, we're going to be looking for a reaction. So we're looking for price to, I'm going to be looking for price to go down from this zone. And if I show you an example from earlier today, I didn't take this trade, but I just ran through it. This is the setup we look for. Okay, we look for a consolidation, okay, sideways movement. Then we look for the point of control, the most area of volume. We find a supply zone from that area, which has made this expansion or large amount of selling pressure. We wait for the price to come back up into the zone. Once price comes back up into the zone, my entry rules are wait for the recent candle break, which happened here, stop loss above the recent candle high, and then go for a 1-to-1. Once price goes to 1-to-1, I then take 80% of the profit, bring a stop loss to break even, and let 20% run. And then that's pretty much my trading strategy and plan right there, and that's all I look at. All right. So yeah, usually trade the 5-minute chart. Sometimes trade higher time frames, but the 5-minute chart fits my personality, because I am, although trading is all about patience, I am not the most patient guy. So the 4-hour and 1-hour chart for me just doesn't work. I like to be in and out of the market. Moving on to the next opportunity. So yeah, if you're new here, it'll be really appreciated if you like the stream and subscribe. I'm going to be doing these every day. Just basically hanging out, finding opportunities, trading, meeting like-minded people, and yeah, that's it really. Just hanging out. Currently we're watching GA. Okay, we've had this reaction off this huge zone here, which has broken some structure. We've now come to revisit this zone, create a new higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, but we've just printed a new lower low from this zone. So I'm waiting for price to come up into this 5-minute point of control, point of interest or supply zone. If price does come up into this zone, then I'm going to be looking for my entry, which is a break of a candle low, and I'm going to enter with a tight stop loss. And yeah, so that's the idea for GA if that happens. For GU, as I just went through, we've got this consolidation zone, high volume, we've got the supply zone, waiting for price to come into the zone, then look for an entry. And that's about it really. We were looking at CAD here. We kind of didn't get what we were looking for, although we did actually. Thinking about it, we could have entered on this break here, because we did come up into this huge zone up here, but we've been chatting about other things, so missed opportunity there, but that's all right. I wasn't really liking the way it just stopped there and then had this pause. I felt like it could keep going up, so that's all good though. EA is also looking pretty tasty. I'll show you the reason for that. Let's go to the 15-minute. So, oh, that's not what we want to do. Okay, so although EA has been in this really nice uptrend, we have created new higher low, higher high, higher low. We've just broken structure from this zone and created a new lower low. Okay, so we've broken these equal lows here. So we've had a change of character. So if I draw that in from here to here, we've had a chock, which stands for change of character. Alright, so the trend has changed character. It's going the other way. What I want to see is price has already made a reaction here, okay, from this sort of high volume zone. But I want to see price come up into this area, which if it does, I've got my alert set just below. We're going to look for the entrance to then push down. This could be early sellers here, and you know, if we can look for, as I say, come up into the zone, fill this little gap here, fill some gaps in here, that'd be really nice. Or price may just continue from this area down from here and keep going down, but we just have to wait and see. So basically, it's more of a 15-minute trend change here. I do feel that price is going to come up into the zone. There is a little gap here that hasn't filled. I don't see why it would miss that. But hey, let's see. What else have we got? Got anything else to look at? Waiting for GU, GA. Chilling. Where's my phone dead? That's not ideal. What's going on? Oh, it's unplugged this way. Charger wasn't charging. Right, so we could get a interesting reaction here. Okay, we got this supply zone. The supply zone broke all this structure. It was actually pretty strong, which went up into this higher time frame, this demand zone, into this higher time frame supply zone. So what we could get is price come into this area and get a push up. If if we see a nice price reacting nicely, we could potentially go for a buy here. But let's see. If price does break below here, then we know that price has created a new lower low. And if price does do that, then I'm going to look for price to come back up into either this zone or this zone, and then look for sales, because we've broken character. Okay, if you can see from here, we've never broken the low, the higher low, didn't break this low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Okay, you could say this one, but that was just a bit of consolidation. We didn't break this major low, which is a supply zone. As you can see, this demand zone, you can see this huge move up. Okay, didn't break this low, didn't break this low, didn't break this low. Kept on making highs. Now we got into this zone, we've pushed down. Ideally, I would like price to break this area, and then we've created a new lower low, and then wait for price to come back up, mitigate this area again, print a new lower high, and then jump in with the trend then. So we wait. Patience pays, man. Patience pays. Patience pays. So we wait. Probably the one that's going to happen the first is going to be GU here. I feel like this candle's probably going to flip. We wait for price to come into this zone. Hey, dude, what's going on? You good, Sahil? You are in, bro. Nice to see you again. So we've been live for a little bit now. We're just we've got a few setups waiting to happen. Hopefully you've had a good day if you've been trading. Right. Thanks for liking the stream. You the man. Right, so yeah, we're just waiting around, but let's do some back testing, shall we? While we're waiting for these alerts to go off, let's see if we can find some. Let's go on crypto. I really need to back test this more on crypto than anything else. Right, let's go on. What's our next move now on EURUSD? Okay, so looking at EURUSD. Now remember, this is just my opinion. You take it as you will. It's up to you if you want to act upon it. If I act upon it, that's my choice. Obviously, if you want to act upon it, do. But there's nothing going on right now for me. I'm waiting for price to come up to this zone here. Reason why is because we've had this. It's a supply zone. Okay, you can see this huge leg down, really straight line. So it shows there's lots of sellers here. Also, if I draw in my high volume zone, you can see there's a lot of volume here. It's actually the point of controls up here when I draw it in, but you can see there's a volume cluster here. There's also one here. All right, there's nothing for me to do at the moment. All I'm waiting for price to do is come into this zone. If it does come into this zone, then I'll be looking for a sales. But until then, not much. We're looking at GU. GU's on exactly the similar, and actually I prefer the look of GU to EU. Same thing. Okay, been in a downtrend. We are got a leg down here. We've got a base, rotation, or consolidation. All right, it's also the high volume area, and also a point of control lines up with this zone here, which created this leg down. So I'm looking for price to come into the zone and then look for my sell entry, basically. So that's what we're looking for right now. We're also looking at GA. GA's got a slightly different setup. As you can see, we've been in this sort of consolidation a fair bit today. Well, last couple of days, just going sideways. But we've had this big move from here, push down, breaking structure. Alright, we've just come up, taken all this liquidity that's on the top of these highs, and we've come up to this zone. From this little uptrend here, we've got a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, but we've just plotted on the 5-minute chart a new lower low. Okay, so we've now change of character, change of character of the trend. So now if price comes up into this point of interest, or this one, alright, let's see where the highest volume is. Highest volume's up there. Alright, so we're going to see what happens when price comes up into this zone. If we get the entry I'm looking for, then we're going to try and continue with a trend down and hopefully fill these gaps. So that's pretty much what we're looking for. They're our main watch list at the moment. But while we're waiting for that, we're just going to basically back test this strategy on some crypto, so you can, you know, have a look at what's going on. Let's go on XRP, see what we got on XRP, see if we can find some examples. Let's see if there was any today. So XRP doesn't look that nice on the 5-minute chart. It doesn't look nice at all. Let's just do Bitcoin, shall we? Let's try Bitcoin. Probably going to look a bit nicer, yeah. I don't like it when the candles don't look all sort of, they look a bit bitty. Bitcoin still looks a bit bitty, but it's just because of the lack of volume compared to like Forex, which is just so much volume. Alright, here we go. Got a nice one here. So this area here, what's this? This was today. This is last night. So this is 4 AM, but we would have actually, if we'd taken this trade, it would have been about midday today. So what we've got a downtrend on the 5-minute chart, right? We can see this overall downtrend happening. Then what we've got here is we've got this push down. Okay, we've got some consolidation, and then we've got another huge push down from here, breaking structure, breaking this low, breaking this low, breaking this low. Okay, so this is a strong area. And if we draw in our fixed volume, we're going to see what it looks like with the whole move first. We can see the point of controls down here. Now the point of controls down here is because we're taking in this as well as this. So actually, if we pull this here, it might still be there. It's a bit higher, all right? But what we have got is before that, we haven't really got anything before that for price to come back to, but we have this candle here, all right? This indecision candle. So if we draw this box from here to here, look what we got. We've got touches, we've got price action, pushing price away, creating wicks. So if we draw in on the top here, from here to here, we've got high volume. Okay, even if we draw to here, the volume goes there. Let's put it back to the end of the route. We've got the high volume. So when price did come back up into this zone, this would have been a perfect point to look for an entry. Now my entry is the break of the recent candle low. So according to this, we came up into the zone. It was the first candle into the zone, and then the first candle to break the recent candle low after coming into this zone. For example, here, this little blue thing right there, all right, this broke this low. I would have entered with my stop loss above the high of the zone, maybe even popped it above here just to be safe. Okay, give it a little breathing room, and then target a 1-to-1 right there, and we would have got a successful trade. What we could have done then is we would have brought our stop loss to break even. All right, so let's say we went like this. Okay, we would have taken 80% of the trade size out and then brought our stop loss to break even. So then 20% of our trade size is then running risk free. And if we did leave it running, we can see that we did come down to an important zone, which it seems I've marked out before, and continued further. Okay, so if we did hold it, look at what we could have kept with that 20% running. we would have banked our money here. We've already won. The rest is just running, no risk on the table. If it does go to break even, it doesn't matter. We've already taken some money out of the market, right? So that's a really nice setup there. And that's what we're looking for. So we're just going to keep looking for that. We're just going to keep repeating. All right. Got another one here, look. So we're not always looking for a rally down, a base and down. We're looking for consolidation and then big expansion out the consolidation, which you can see here. Yeah, so we've got consolidation here. Yeah, then we've got big expansion down, which is broken structure and made new lows. So what we want price to do now is, now it's making new lows, is to come back up, and we're going to find the point of interest, around the point of control, and in this instance it's right in the middle of this one. I mean, that really is beautiful. Okay, and when price comes back up into this zone and we wait for our candle break, which in this instance, I hope you can see all this, I'm still pretty new to this, right? It isn't this candle because we haven't broken this candle low. Okay, it's actually this candle. When this candle formed and broke this low, that would be the entry. Just there, right? Stop loss above the zone, going for a 1-to-1. Now, I don't want to let I want to let the trade run until it gets to the 1-to-1, right? And in this point, we did come down, we went into about halfway profit, and then pushed back up, retested the zone, and eventually did make that 1-to-1. And then at that point, we would have taken 80% of the profit out. Should really get this one set up as a just as a template, so I don't have to keep pressing all these buttons. So we would have taken 80% off the table, brought our stop loss to break even because we're down here, remember, so we're not worried about this. Draw this across and then let it run, and it would have run for nearly double again, a bit more, you know. Would have targeted down here. I'm not going to let it run forever, I'm going to take some eventually, but in actual fact we could have let it run for a long old time. Look. So we already took our money off the table, and we could have just let this thing run, and it's still running. We never got that stop loss, and then what we can do is bring our stop loss to here, perhaps when we broke through, so then we got instant profit. So that's what we're looking for. Alright, and the more I talk about it, the better I get at it, and the more we get, right? And hopefully I can, you know, perhaps some of you will find this interesting. We've got a big one here. Okay, another one, consolidation. We've got high volume. We've got point of interest. We've got price coming up in. Now this one, a little bit dangerous because we did actually get an entry here, and we wouldn't have got our 1-to-1. We actually played a little bit more, and then eventually if we did enter on this candle, if we had been patient enough, or just so happened come at that time, we would have got it, but we would have got stopped out, but we could have potentially looked for an extra entry after being stopped out. So that one wasn't the cleanest, but hey, sometimes that's the case. So what else have we got? Got another one here, down here actually, slightly different. So let's get rid of that. So we've got this downtrend, okay, and then we've created a new high, right? Then we've got a point of interest here, or demand zone, because this area here has created a huge push up which broke highs. If we go here, this will be where the point of control is. If we draw a box across from this area here, and then we saw price come back up into the zone, which it did eventually. Okay, what we could have done is we would have entered here because it's our first touch. Okay, if we put our stop loss here, let's see if we would have got our 1-to-1. May not have. Well, actually, yeah, we would have eventually. We wouldn't have got it on this first go unless we put our stop loss below the candle low, because that would have made it, yeah. But I normally like to put it below the zone, because then we got this beautiful move from here. Okay, we did come down, we wouldn't have stopped out because we were below the zone, and then price just cruise back up. So that's another nice one right there. Is there an example? Okay, so this could be. This is an example of one that looks like it could have worked, but it didn't. So got this consolidation here with a huge push up. So would have been anticipating price to come back down to this zone and then make some sort of move, right? And let's have a look what happened. Price came down, it shot straight through, and if you notice, we never broke a candle high, right? We never broke a candle high. So this area looks super cool, and it would have been one I was watching for sure. We broke straight through, we closed above, but we never got that candle high break. So let me zoom right in here. This candle high was never broken, neither was this one, neither was this one, neither was this one, and at this point we're already closed below the zone, so for me the zone's done for. I'm not interested anymore. Alright, we did finally get a break, but it became a resistance push down, and yeah, as you can see, we continue going sideways until we did push back up. So that's a nice one to show that, you know, the entry of the candle break really does mean something. We've got another one here though. Once we did come back up into the zone, let's get rid of everything. Actually, let's take some screenshots. I always like to take screenshots of these just so I can look at them later. Because it's all about learning. Okay. So this one would have been quite nice. We've got this rally down. Okay, we've got this area of pause. And then we've got a supply zone that pushed price down even further. When price came back up into this zone. Alright, broke this candle low. Stopped just above here. Going for a 1-to-1. Price came down. Smashed our TP. So, yo, you getting what I'm saying, Smaxy? I'm like going crazy over here, just chatting away, but you see what I'm looking for and kind of how it works. Let's see if we can find another example. There's one here. Okay. It's a bit of a rough run. Bit of a rough run, that one. We could go for this one here, right? So we've been in a downtrend. Okay, this is the last lower high of the downtrend. We then created a new higher low, yeah, a new higher high, and we have a nice rally up. We have a base consolidation, another rally up, which actually pushed price to break this high here. If we draw in volume indicator here to here, highest volumes in this zone, yeah? So highest volume orders, banks, probably not so much banks as Bitcoin, but whales brought here. Alright, we're going to find our point of interest, which is this candle here, because from this candle, this is where the move initiated from. When price came back down into this zone, okay, we're waiting for that come into the zone and that first candle break. As you can see, let me zoom in a bit. You can see here we had our first candle break after touching the zone, stop loss below the zone, going for 1-to-1. There we go. Okay, once we got our 1-to-1, we took 80%, stop loss to break even, let it run. We could have carried on all the way up to here before, you know, being stopped out, or we could have whatever. So that's what I've created. That's what we look for. It's what's going to set us free, man. It's going to set us free. It's just simple price actions. How the markets work. This is crypto. It works on crypto, works on Forex, works on stocks, because it's not specific. It's just literally how the market works. It's price action. It's supply and demand. And it's pretty fucking cool, if you ask me. Alright, see if we can find some more from the past. Let's just go somewhere random. Not looking. Okay. Somewhere around here. Let's see if we can find one now. Okay, found one. So, we got downtrend. Okay, then we've got this consolidation. Now remember, if we were trading live right now, and actually just get the replay tool out, we can cut this off so it's like live, yeah? We would have seen this, okay? And if I'd seen this already, so on what we are trading on. So we're waiting for, I've got some alerts going. At the moment, I'm just back testing on crypto to see what's going on. We'll go back and have a look at how the others are doing in a minute. But if they did get to any point of interest, we would have got an alert, which we haven't yet. So we got this move, right? And there's something going on here. This could be counted as one. We could look at a smaller one here. We got this push down, and then we've got from this zone, this created a breaker structure, yeah? So we broke this low from this point of interest, right? Initiated from here. Price came up. We could have entered a breaker candle low, stop loss here, gone for a real little one, got our 1-to-1, brought our stop loss to break even, and we would have just bailed down, right? So that's a nice one. But then we've also got this one where we've got our high volume area, yeah, right there. So we're going to draw in this, because this is the zone where everything initiated from. And then we're going to go press play. Oh, they've changed this. What the hell? And we're going to watch, see what price does. Okay. So we've got our zone. We've got a high point of volume. Now the only thing I can't remember is if this zone here was what it will hit. But we'll just have a look. Okay. Oh, okay. So we've just hit our zone. So now I'm looking for a break of candle. Doesn't count. We didn't break the candle low. We broke the candle low. Okay. So we're going to enter there. Stop loss above here. Yeah, stop loss above. Just put it above the zone. Oh, what the hell? And we're going to go away. And we're going for our 1-to-1. Let's see if we get it. Boom. Straight down. So then what we could do is we bring our stop loss to break even. Okay, and then we're just going to let this run for a bit, see where we go. So we could have continued down, let our 20% run there. If we're going to let it keep running, we could have brought our stop loss to like here, just above this zone here, and then we were in profit. So if price does come to this zone, we've stopped out in profit. And yeah, we would have stopped out in profit there if we hadn't been greedy and not taking profit down there. So cool, but let's go and have a look at what we're trading. Live watch list. Let's look at GU first. GU is on the way, you see. So price wants to magnate to this area to go and check, to fill this gap, go and take some orders. And when price does come back here, to create this move here, like I couldn't have done this. Even 100 retail traders couldn't have done this if they trade in small accounts. This is a lot of money to create this big move. So this is likely, a bank traders, millions of pounds worth of liquidity has made this move happen. So when price comes up into this area, they're going to want to protect this area because they've made this happen. They're probably going to sell again from this zone because it's a premium price for them to sell from. All right, and then also retail traders who understand are also going to join the move, create momentum, and push price further down. So when we do come up into this area, we're going to look for ourselves. Now these areas don't always hold. This isn't like a 100% strategy. Sometimes it blasts through, but we're a high probability trade here because we're in a nice downtrend. Okay, we've been in a downtrend for a while. We've got a big move down. We've got this nice consolidation with high volume, and we've also got space below to move further down. Now remember, if we do come up into this zone, we could turn around here and never touch the zone, and that's just how it is. But let's say we come into the zone just here, and our stop loss goes above this high. I'll probably put it above this high, and we go for a 1-to-1. That's all I'm looking for, the reaction. That's it. Don't need to be in the trade for any longer than that. Alright, and then if we do want to be in the trade longer, as I say, we put our plan together, our risk management plan, stop loss to break even, let it run. It might break new lows, and everyone's happy. So that's what we're looking for there. GA, unfortunately didn't play out yet as I wanted to. If price does come up and hit this zone, then we're going to look for a sell, but unfortunately it hasn't given me the entry I'd like. Because what I was looking for, because we've had this breaker structure, is to come up to this point, which created this enough supply to break the structure, retest it and push down. But this might just keep on going down now. Again, it's 7:30 here in the UK, so volume's slowly weaning away. New York Stock Exchange has been open now for 6 hours. 6 hours, well, 5 hours and 59 minutes at the moment. Opens at 1:30 UK time. That does change with the hours when we put the clocks back. Okay, so this is interesting. I did speak about this earlier. We got a reaction from this area. Okay, we had the supply zone, which pushed up into this higher time frame demand zone. I was dubious to take this, and we were looking at other things, but this would have been a nice trade, really. Okay, we got this supply zone here with a big push up, and then yeah, got the candle break just there. We haven't got our one-to-one just yet, but we're not far from it. But what we could see now is price push down that way, which would be interesting. But hey, that's all good. Sometimes we don't get it. So yeah, we missed a trade here, which I was a bit sad about, but it is what it is. We had this supply zone here, which created a breaker structure, push down. The only reason why I was dubious to enter is because we didn't break this structure here, which was pretty strong. But we did come up into the zone, rejected, and if we had entered just here with this and going for a one-to-one, just there, which is 7 pips. 7 pips doesn't sound like a lot, but you can make a living off of 7 pips a day. Bought stop loss to break even, we'd still be running nicely in profit right now. So that was a really crappy missed opportunity, which I should have just jumped for, but I was getting the stream started and missed the break of the low. So there we go. How's your trading day be today, team? You been trading at all? Right, we're still waiting for something to happen, so we're gonna go continue back testing until something does happen. So I'm gonna go back to crypto. And we're going to go to Ethereum now. See if we can find any opportunities on Ethereum from the past few days. Let's get rid of everything, whatever we've got here. Okay. Could have had an opportunity here this afternoon, to be fair. So what have we got? We have two opportunities here, really, but we'll go for this one down here first. So we've got this leg down, we've got this base, another leg down, breaking structure. Okay, our point of interest is from this candle here. Okay, price came up into the zone, literally tapped it, right? Gave a nice wick. If we entered here, if we went for a one-to-one above there, we wouldn't have got it, but we would have been able to potentially take some profit. if we did have our stop loss here, which sometimes we do, we could have got a 1-to-1 there. Now, when it's a wick like that, I tend to put the stop loss above the zone because there's been clear rejection right from there, and it's pushed price down so much that it's unlikely. If we do go above here, price is going to probably continue up, which it did do. So in this situation, would have likely put stop loss above that candle there. So that's kind of nice. Let's go back again, see if we can find anything. Now, not every pair works great with this. Some work brilliant, some others don't. Alright, so here's an example of a time that it didn't work, but that's alright. We wouldn't have entered anyway because it didn't fill our rules. So we got this high volume area here, okay, with this point of interest here, which broke structure here, and it actually broke this structure, and actually came down to this point here, which is one, if you can see the pattern we're looking for. Okay, this actually reversed price, so this would have been a nice area, but this one didn't. And basically, all that happened was we came up into the zone, but there was no entry because we didn't get we closed above the zone, and we didn't get a break of any of the candles. So that's why we wouldn't have taken that zone, right? So that's pretty good to see that if we don't get the entry that we want, we're not going to take the trade. If you did just enter when it entered the zone, you just get stopped out immediately, and if you didn't have a stop loss, then you'd have been in real deep trouble. What did go though is when we did come up into this area. Okay, we got some consolidation here before price went down. Alright, and then we've got this area here, which is where price initiated this leg down. When price came up into the zone, we tipped it. Alright, let's see if we would have got our 1-to-1. Yep, so we would have got a nice 1-to-1 there because we came up into this zone here, which created this leg down. Entered on a break of the candle, which shows that there is reaction from this area. Entered, and we would have got our 1-to-1. If we left it run, we would have brought stop loss to break even here. It would have run a little bit, but likely probably would have just gone to break even. But still, we would have got the bag, so we're all good. Right. See what we got. We got one going on here. Yeah, I guess we got one going on here. So, got all this consolidation here. Alright, and we've actually got two going on here, I'd say. We've got one happened here. Okay, if we brought this down to here, right, we've got a point of control, point of interest here. And when price did come up into this zone again, because from this point we had this again expansion, big move down. When price came up into the area, we got our reaction, we got our break of candle. Because there's a big wick, we would have put the place of stop loss just above the wick, gone for a 1-to-1. We would have smashed our 1-to-1. It did eventually go up, so once we get our 1-to-1, as you know, we bring our stop loss to break even, let it run, we'll just let that last 20% of the trade hit break even, which is fine. But what we did get a bit later on is with this high volume zone here, okay, and this point of interest here, which actually created enough downward momentum to break structure. When we came up into it, we might have closed above, but we got a real nice. See, if we would have been on the 15-minute chart, probably looks pretty nice for this. Where are we? Here. Yeah, so we got that nice 15-minute candle there, but we normally trade off the 5. Have we lost it again? What's going on? Where's it gone? Oh yeah. So when price did come up into this zone, alright, high volume area, high pressure, creating new lows. We came up in, we'd have waited for our signal. We didn't get it here, we didn't break a candle low. We didn't get it on this candle, we didn't break a candle low. But when we broke this candle low, we could have entered for a real nice top loss, tight stop loss just above the zone, or even just above that recent candle. I mean, our 1-to-1 would have been super tight, but we would have got it. Okay, nice little scalp. And then we could have brought our stop loss to break even, let it run, and we would have run to break new lows, and hey presto. So that's a pretty nice one. So if you're new here, we're looking, I've been trading for 7 years now. This is our second stream. This is the IronFX YouTube channel, basically, where I'm going to just showcase this trading strategy that I built over the last, well, technically 2 years, but let's say 7 years of learning how to do this. And basically chill out, hang out, have some fun, find some trades, maybe make some money. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for education and entertainment. Just literally just hanging out, looking at these charts and seeing if we can take our small little piece from it each day. Because there's plenty of money in here, and even if you just take just a little bit just from learning how to, that's great. And this is kind of, you know, what I want to do for the rest of my life, where I can wake up, look at this for a couple of hours, make some money, and go ride my skateboard all day, because that would be great. And that's what I'm going to do. So we've got another one here. This is looking kind of nice after we were played off of this area again. Okay, so you can see that this zone not only reacted here and we got our trade, it reacted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in the future, even 8 if you count this one here. So this zone it means something, right? It's not just a random zone I found. There's a reason why this zone has a reaction from it. It's because there's high volume here, lots of sellers here, and whoever started selling here wants to protect their positions, and people are going to sell from this zone because it's a good place to sell the currency, right? So that's fine. What, I just found one and now I've lost it. Yeah, a little short-term one here, not the greatest one, but still we got this push down. Okay, a little bit of consolidation here, and then we got a big leg, big expansion out of here, so it's straight line down. Yeah, so what we're going to look for is our amount of volume. As you can see, the most amount of volume, even if we pull this back here, the most amount of volume is in this zone because we pushed price down, so lots of selling has happened here. Once we found a point of interest here, now it's actually, for me, it's this zone here, but it's got a bit messy. If we're on the 15, let's see what it looks like. Where have we gone? Losing myself. No, we're over this way, aren't we? So annoying when I change thing. It just, yeah, you see, this would actually have been nice. I do switch to the 15 sometimes, and it's probably this zone really for the 15 minute. You can see where the volume is here. If this is what we were just looking at, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, for God's sake. It's because we're going back in time. Right, so it's this zone here. We've got the 15-minute area drawn, and if we were going to look for our entry on the 5-minute, okay, we would have got our entry on this candle here. The first candle that touched our zone didn't close above. We got a break at this candle low just here. We would have entered with our stop loss above the area. Okay, so we're going to put it above this little tippity tip here. Could have got stopped out if we put it right here, but that's sometimes how it goes. But if we would have, say, put it above this zone, hopefully we didn't get stopped out. We went for a 1-to-1. We got our 1-to-1 there. Boom. Straight down. And yeah, so that's another example. Literally, we've gone through so many examples now. You know, you can just see that this does work continually, as long as you're patient and you try and find, you know, the right area. So this is a one again which would have worked. Could have been a little bit inaccurate. Okay, we've got the high volume zone here. If we brought it back here, it's probably going to be up. No, it's still in the same spot, right? So all of this information here, from here to here, this is the volume. Okay, volume range. And the highest volume is on this white line. So what I would have done is look for a point of interest, which is actually on the 5-minute, is right here. Okay, but why I'm saying it was a bit messy is we didn't actually tip into the point. All right, and that's what I like to see. I want the price to at least come into the zone. If we go on the 15-minute, we're going to lose our space again, which is annoying. Where were we? Wasn't there. Where was it? Well, I saw I just threw a box in there. Well, I'm tripping out. You at the desk? Yo, sick, man. Is it this one down here? Yeah, here it is. So, if I went to the 15-minute, what you can see is this nice 15-minute candle with the push down. And then we would have got our touch in. So I do go between the 5 and the 15, alright, to draw spaces in. So, if we go back here now, if we can find it, come on. This is so annoying. Is this it? This is it. We can see that the actual zone is these 3 candles here. If we made it a bit shorter, we wouldn't have hit it. We did hit it here, but we wouldn't have got what we wanted. So if we did have the 15-minute zone drawn in and price did come back up, we got these equal highs here, which price is taken out. So people's stop losses are above here. Took that out, grabbed liquidity. And then what we could have done is either probably would have entered on this candle here for a 1-to-1 and wouldn't have made it. Alright, but if we'd have been a bit more patient and went for this one, then we definitely would have got our 1-to-1. So that's how sometimes that first initial sellers didn't work out too well. But because that's quite a late entry and price didn't squeak down there. And if we had our 1-to-1 here, like this would have hit, we didn't have our stop loss in the right place. So that's just the way it goes sometimes. Right. Anyway, let's see. We haven't got any alerts. I'm surprised that GU alert hasn't gone off because it was so close. Just tap, tap, tap away. So this could be one of those examples where we don't quite get into it, but I think it will. I think it will. What's GA doing? Okay, so we got an interesting one on GA that's potentially coming in now. Okay, we got this. Come on. Right. We got this zone, yeah? Which we've been looking at. We got this rally down, which broke structure. Came up. We've got this supply zone here, which broke structure because we broke this new low here. So now, we haven't actually touched it yet enough for me to enter. If we do pop into this again and create it down, we could get a live trade here. So let's see what we get. If we don't get any trades by the end of this stream, because I will be ending this stream probably in the next sort of 15 minutes or so, I will, if I get any entries, I'll do my best to record them and put them on the channel. Alright, but this is what these streams are going to be about, man. It's just going to be coming on here for an hour, 2 hours, looking at the charts, looking for the strategy. We've just gone through a ton of back testing. You can see how often the strategy works. It's just being patient, because patience pays. And yeah, we just keep on repeating the same thing over and over. Maybe in 15 minutes, man. Yeah, I've got some stuff to do. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We might keep going on. I've got quite a bit of other work to do. But let's see. Also, by the time we get to sort of after 8 o'clock, everything slows down. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Okay. We're not getting any of our alerts going at the moment. The one we're looking at the most now is GA, because that's going to be the trade that we could potentially look at taking. Yeah. Let's get rid of these drawings, see what we got. Okay, so could also have a setup coming in on USD Swiss franc. We've got this base, let's just rally down, this base, rally down again, which has created a breaker structure here and here. Okay, we've also got a big gap down to this supply zone. Okay, so what we could be looking for now is price to come back up into here. Alright, as you can see on the 15-minute is perfectly on that. It's these two candles here, from this low to this high. If price comes up into here, and we see a breaker structure and reaction, then we're enter. Alright. So, we just out here chilling, waiting. Just gonna watch video my friend sent me. Right, the stream's going well tonight, man. We had 12 views, got 2 concurrent viewers right now. Thank you for joining. If you haven't been here, this is IronFX YouTube channel where we're just basically hanging out, looking at the charts. I've been trading for 7 years and finally got the courage to come on the internet and do this live and show you guys how I read the market, and hopefully you might learn something. If you don't, you're just here for some entertainment, all good. Just going to be listening to some music, going to be trading every day, weekday, where my work allows. So if you haven't already, please like the stream and give us a subscribe. That would be much appreciated. Just want to try and build this momentum up. Again, any trades that I take are what I want to take. It's totally up to you if you take them. I have no responsibility if you get any wrong, if I get any wrong. Okay, this is just me live streaming to you, and yeah, just take what you will, pinch of salt. Right, okay, we're getting a nice little reaction here on Xauusd, so let's get everything looking a bit tidier. Wait and see what happens. So we've had this reaction. Okay, we've got this indecision candle. You can see these big wicks. All right, if we do break this low, probably going to enter the trade. I don't like, it's not the best looking setup right now, for me anyway. Kind of want it to look a little bit different really. But let's see. All we can do is wait. Let's put an alarm down here, so if prices come down here. Again, what might happen is this candle will just create, I don't know, something random. It might push up some more. Then if we break this candle, then we might look for an entry. So unless we don't break this one, there's no entry right now. Want GU to come up into the zone, man. How's EU doing? EU's playing. Problem is the volume's going now. It's getting to the end of the day. It's not the best time to trade or stream. Well, best time to trade, really. But we're going to do our best. There's a nice little trade here actually from earlier on GAU. Might as well run through this while we're waiting for this to do something. So this was 5:30 this morning. Okay, this is the 7 o'clock here. This is the London Open. You got the London session all the way through to New York opening here. All right. So in this London session, we printed this supply zone. All right, from this consolidation, which goes from here to here. Okay, you can see we got a nice amount of volume there, and if we were going to look for our 5-minute supply, it's going to be this candle just here. All right, and from this candle, this move got initiated, pushing price down. Once price came back up in, if we got our first touch, and then we got our first break of candle low, stop loss above the little wick there, we're going to go for a 1-to-1, smashed, right? So that would have been a nice trade there. Didn't get to take that trade, unfortunately. and then if we brought our stop loss to break even, you know, and we targeted this low, we could have taken even more risk-free. So it just shows, you know, this is what we're looking for. That's it. This is just how price works. It's price action. Action of the price. Excuse me. And the more I look, you know, the more I look at these charts. I mean, genuinely, there's another one here. Genuinely, this isn't no word of a lie. I worked this out the other day. If, let's say I've been doing this 7 years, and I looked at the charts every day for 2 hours, and I tell you it's been longer than 2 hours every day, then I've looked at these charts for over 5,000 hours. I think it's like 5,100 hours, 2 hours every day. But I know for a fact today I've already looked at these for 3 hours in total, you know, and then yesterday was even longer. So I reckon I've like chart time easily up to 10,000 hours. And I was talking to my fiance about this earlier. She was like, I reckon you're easily at that. It's just been constant. So I found one here. Okay, so we got this rally down. We got a base, this other rally down, which broke this structure, created a nice push down. All right, then we found our point of interest where the move began. Price came up. Now we could have had a bit of a scare here, but it would have probably played out. Our first touch, in fact, no, our first touch wasn't this. This was not close enough, really. I mean, could have entered down here, would have still got our 1-to-1 and not got stopped out. But ideally, this one would have been the best entry here, or this one actually. So we take that, break a structure. Price is just going to go above the zone. We're going to go for our 1-to-1. As you can see, smash that out of the park. Now with this one, when we get our 1-to-1 and we take 80% and we bring our stop loss to break even, we would have gone straight up pretty well, pushed down a bit and then broken even, but that's fine, we've already got the bag, so it doesn't matter. So these things pop up literally all of the time. So like this one here, this one could have taken some people out, but probably wouldn't have entered this because this area is way stronger. You can see the node here. It's kind of alright, it's got some volume, but this one's got way more. So we're going to wait for price to come up to this one rather than this one. And as you can see, we did have a reaction. Yeah, we did break candle low, but there wasn't enough volume here. Price wanted to come up and see this volume before it moved. So when you got that sort of situation, you're always going to go for the higher volume zone. Alright, the higher volume zone isn't even this one, so we didn't come up there until a bit later where we did get a reaction, but not a very big one. So we're looking for the volume, and the volume is what we want. The volume is what we got. We got our reaction. Right, how are we doing? We haven't looked at this for a bit. Okay, so we pushed up a little bit more, which is kind of, I'd rather see that than price break this low now. Okay, if price does break above here, then we could be looking at reactions out of this zone, which could be likely. Okay, let's draw in some, see what we got over this area. So there is the highest amount of volume here. So if we do get a break of candle low here, we're going to enter a short for our little 1-to-1. GBU is dying. We didn't get into our zone. Doesn't mean we won't come up into this zone again, but for now, I don't think we're going to get a trade tonight on this. We're not. I very doubt that. The only one we might get a trade on is GU, which is now reacting. So I'm going to just prime myself. If we break that candle low, I'm going to enter. Okay, so you can see getting some rejection from the zone, which is nice. But we haven't broken, there's no entry yet. We haven't broken this candle low yet, okay? Anything can still happen. If we break the candle low, it means that we've broken, you know, a higher low on a very smaller time frame, which means we've changed perspective and changed character of the trend. So let's see how this one goes. So this candle has got 1.5 minutes left. It might not even close below, and then in that case we wait to see if the next one closes below. Now this is quite a bit of a risky trade for this time of day. but I'm going to take it anyway for live stream purposes if we get our entry. If we don't get the entry, then I'm not going to take it, because otherwise I won't be following my rules. Now the only thing I could see here is price does push through and comes up to here, because we've got equal highs here with stop loss, so they might want to come and take the liquidity that's already placed above this high, come into this zone or this zone, then push down. So let's see. Euro CAD, that has no real bearing. I thought that was Eurusd then. Where's Eurusd doing? Eurusd's looking pretty similar really. There isn't a trade here for me, but we have got a supply zone with high volume. Okay, getting rejected quite nicely. We are in a downtrend, but I've been waiting for price to come up here, so it's not something I want to look at right now. GAU is probably the better option. Yeah, you see that Gbpjpy trade, that area held real nice. Could have taken a long there. We didn't, we were back testing at the time, but this zone, this demand zone, really did hold quite nicely and push price up. Okay, so that candle didn't break, but we've got another candle forming. Okay, we're looking promising. We haven't broken it yet. We're equal. We're equal. We get pushed down. We're right. We're in. Okay, we've entered the trade. Stop loss just above the high here. Going for a 1-to-1. Let's see what we get. Now again, depending on your broker, I need to sort my alerts out. I've got so many written up. Depending on your broker, obviously you want as small a spread as possible. GA isn't the best, but let's see. So if we get this 1-to-1, then it's a successful evening on the charts. We're going to bring our stop loss to break even. Then we go from there. So now we wait. Let's draw in some more bits and bobs. That's nice. Going good. Now again, just because this is broken structure doesn't mean that this trade can't go wrong. Alright. It is promising, but it doesn't mean that it can't go wrong. And obviously you don't want to over risk on your account. Don't be going crazy. If you're taking any trades, you want to make sure you're only risking like 1-2% of your account. Okay, push down nicely now. There we go. So quite nicely in profit at the moment. Go on that, just a little bit more of a push. There we go. Come on, let's get that. Be a nice way to round off the evening. But if we don't get it, that's how the cookie crumbles. But what we did do is we followed our plan. So if you take a trade and it doesn't work out, but you followed all your rules and everything looked good, then that's just how it works. They don't always work. They don't always go to plan. So followed my rules, and I'll show you this while this is doing its thing. Show you why we entered the trade. So we got this high volume zone here, which created a big leg down. All right, price had a bit of a play around and then shot back up into the zone. This is looking nice. Where we had a reaction. Okay, so we had a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then we created a new higher low recently, and which then created the supply zone, which broke even more structure, creating a new lower low with these wicks. When we came up into this area, we were going to look for a reaction, a break of candle low, which we got. And now we are in this trade. We're about 2/3 of the way into our profit target of 1-to-1. Okay, if we do get this 1-to-1, then we'll bring our stop loss to break even, take 80% of the trade size off the table. So then we're risk free, and we'll let 20% run until around 10 o'clock before the swap comes in, because I don't like holding over the swaps. We'll go into swaps another time. This is looking nice. Come on, let's get it. Now, sometimes in this situation, I take some profit already rather than getting the 1-to-1. But for stream purposes, let's see how it plays out. I could just take some some now and let it do its thing, but I'm not going to. I want to get that 1-to-1. Go on, let's smack that TP and then let the thing close off, and that'll be a nice way to end the Thursday. So we've got 49 seconds left of this candle. If this candle can close with a nice bearish body and break the lows, it's going to be really nice. All right. Now, what's annoying? Well, not annoying. What's interesting is if I had put my stop loss here and we gone for a 1-to-1, we would have got it already. Okay, but we haven't. We're going for just above this zone. In fact, let's go. 22 seconds left on this candle before it closes. Seconds left. Come on, push down, push down. Nice, not too bad. If anyone's left still watching, holler in the chat. If you're new here, please give a like and subscribe. This is a channel where I'm just going to be live trading 1-2 hours a day, showing my strategy that I've built over the last sort of 7 years of trading. We've just entered this live trade, which is playing out at the moment, and we're going to let it play out. It may not go into our favor. We did get pretty close to our TP. Analysis was correct so far. We're just having a pullback at the moment, but let's see. Let's have a look at what the 1 minute's looking like. So what we could see is we could come back up into this supply zone, which has broken these lows, to then move down, or we could just get a reversal here, but I feel we're going to come up a little bit more before we come down. Glad to see you still here, Sahil. Sahil, right? Yeah, pretty sure I'm right, but I'm just going to call you team because that's just easier. Glad you're here, bro. Stoked you came back. Right, come on, let's see us push down. Let's get this TP. Let's end the night with a bang. So if we do get this, this will be, apart from one trade that we entered off stream before, this will be a 3-3 live stream trades that we've taken live. Last night we got 2, which did play out. This is looking good. We've had a little retest of that break-even point for us. Yeah, it's a hill. That's it. I thought it was, man. Right, if we can break this low, that's cool. But that means we're going to be breaking new lows, new territory, and potentially keep on moving down. It's playing with our emotions at the moment, but that's what trading does. It plays with our emotions. Come on, let's break that low. Let's break that low. Break that low. Yeah, I'd say that's a broken low. Maybe by like a pixel. There we go. Come on, let's get that. Let's get that break even. I mean that TP. Come on, there we go. Here it goes. I'm getting ready to take 80% anyway. I don't care. There, boom. 80%. Right, stop loss is at break even now. Okay, we are now got 20% of our initial input to the market running risk-free. Okay, we've taken our bag, we've got some money. That is a win, ladies and gentlemen. Like that. So now we're just going to let this run, right? See, now we've broken through our TP. We've still got some money running. We've got stop loss at break even. We're good. We're good. And there you go. We did some back testing. We found a live trade and it played out. So I'm stoked with that. So looking at targets now, we could target this low down here, all right, or we could just fly back up, but we're just gonna let this run now for a bit, probably stay online for another little while. We'll go from there. Boom. So how many pips did we make there on our first 80%? Okay, so we made 7.5 pips. Doesn't sound like a lot, but let's say, for example, you put on a £1 lot size move or a single standard lot. That's £70 right there. All right, well, let's say not so much £70. Let's say it's £60 because you're taking 80% or whatever. Here we go. Look, broken new lows. Okay, so this is nice. So for me, I'm happy to keep this going. I'm not going to take any trades. We've just broken a new low. We could come back up and break even, but it shows the price is wanting to continue down. So let's keep on watching. How's GU doing? GU's probably just... GU's coming back up. Probably not going to take a trade if we come into this area tonight because it's just too late for me. It's 8 o'clock. I don't like holding trades through the swaps. Usually they just don't go in my direction anyway. That EU trade also played out nicely. We could have been in there. Sorry, EA. So these two are quite similar. Okay, GU and EA, because they're fairly similar currencies against the same Aussie dollar, obviously. So yeah, I like the way this candle's closed. It's closed with no wick, so I'm expecting this candle to probably push up a little bit and then create a top wick and push down and keep on making a new low. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Let's take a screenshot of that. So we can. Should have taken a screenshot of it before, but I can take it off the stream later. The before and after. Happy with that. There we go, pushing down. That 20% still working for us. Beautiful. That is a picture perfect trade for me. I'm stoked with that. Gonna sleep well tonight, knowing that we had a successful day. We did get a couple of trades today off stream as well. So today it has technically been a... We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6 correct and 2 wrong. So that's 8. So what's that? That's 80% success rate today. 6 trades correct, 2 wrong. This being the 6th. That's good stuff. Right, going to give this trade another sort of 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to end the live stream. I've got some work to do, so we're going to leave it at that. But yeah, we'll just hang out for a little bit. Let's okay, so let's have a look at GU. So GU is coming back up into that zone. Price will come into that zone, and as I say, I'm probably not going to take a trade off it. It's going to be too late in the day, getting too close to 10 o'clock for me, and this will probably play out in the Japanese session tonight. What could happen here, actually, you know, we have got, although we haven't hit this zone, we've got this supply zone here, which has broken this minor trend, so we could reverse from here and actually continue down from this point. If we do get any sort of options, I'm not going to take it. I've got the trade I wanted tonight. So okay, let's have a look at just got a notification on AVAX, which is a cryptocurrency. Okay, the setup we're looking for, let's get rid of some of this gubbins that we were playing with earlier. Okay, so the setup's looking kind of nice. So let's watch this for the next 10 minutes or so. Again, reason for the setup, as we're always looking, we've got this supply zone here, which is the highest volume area on this move. Actually, it's up here, but we're going to say it's here because this is where the initial move started from. We have touched the area, okay? So if we do get a candle break, this would be an entry. But I'm anticipating price to probably keep moving up a bit into this zone. Seeing what's going on. What's going on? Hey, the industry, how you doing? Nice to see you in the chat, man. Welcome to the stream. This is our second stream, and I welcome you to it, man. We've just got a really nice live trade here on GA, which you'll be able to go back and watch in the video once the stream's finished. Basically just shows the strategy that I use and what we're looking for in the market every day. We've been back testing this evening as well, and that's pretty much what we're going to do every stream. Just hang out, back test, try and find some trades, try and make some money, have some fun, and just chill out, man. So welcome. Right, let's go back to AVAX, this cryptocurrency, see what we got going on. Right, so we got that nice reaction, you see. So this is a good time for you, the industry, to have a look at what we're doing. So supply and demand, smart money concepts. All right, this is what I've been learning. I've been trading for 7 years, and this is the strategy that I have pieced together through research, trial and error, etc. Okay, and what we're looking at is this high volume zone here, where you can see prices created a large expansion, and from this expansion, all right, we've broken recent lows and broken structure. So this area is important, and in this area is lots of selling. So here we go, we just got a signal to sell because we broke that candle low, and for this example we're going to put our stop loss just here, and we're going to aim for a 1-to-1. I haven't entered this trade live on an account. This is just purely for research purposes. I haven't got my crypto account up. Are you a coach? Because I need to learn. Well, dude, this is what these streams are about. I haven't currently got any courses or anything like that, but I am going to be live streaming every day, and basically just showing you what I look for, and then you can take some education from it, and just basically hang out, man. Everyone needs to learn. I'm still learning. I've been doing this for 7 years now. I'm still learning every single day. But I have, as I've worked out and was saying to everyone earlier, probably had about 10,000 hours of chart time now. So it's just kind of, I found what works for me, and I'll just keep playing with it. So this setup is what we're looking at. We've had a rejection from this zone, which is important because we've had huge selling pressure. Okay, we're in a downtrend, as you can see. We've been coming down for a long time. We've just had our entry signal, which is a break of the candle which touches this zone, and we'll see what happens. Okay, there's no risk put on the table here. I haven't entered this trade, as I say, but we have entered it as a sort of like a test trade. There are two ways that we could have our stop loss. We could have our stop loss above this zone, all right, and we'd be targeting a 1-to-1 down here, or I've put our stop loss just above this high just to see what would happen. We've got a big wick which shows us large selling pressure here to create this wick, so I'm hoping that price will respect that and push down. If it doesn't, then this is just part of testing. But what we would do is, if we do get our 1-to-1 and make this area down here, we'd then take 80% of the trade size off the table. Okay, so for example, I should go back to GA and show you that. Like on GA, this is example exactly why we do this, okay, because we're pushing back up now. After we had a sell-off from this zone and we entered on our breaky candle here, we got to our 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, so I'm risking 1 to gain 1. I took 80% of the trade position off, and I brought my stop loss to break even. So now I have 20% left of my original position size just running. But if it comes up here, it just goes to nil, and I've already taken the money that I wanted from the market when we got to that 1-to-1. So that's kind of my trading strategy, is supply and demand. My trading plan is this, so making sure that I take some money and then I eradicate my risk as quick as possible, and then that way I can continue. So there you go, here's GU. Okay, GU is sort of reacting from this zone. Now I wanted price to actually, let's go to the 5, sorry, come up into this consolidation zone. Okay, this is a high volume zone. This is called the volume profile indicator. Okay, and these little lines are called nodes, and they basically show you where the highest amount of volume is on a currency at any one time, because I can draw it in anywhere I want and it will show me. And you can see the highest volume is here, and this white line shows the pinnacle of volume, or the most. So once I've located this area, which is got a nice rally down, consolidation, a rally down which breaks structure, okay, I was waiting for price to come back up into this zone to create a move down. But what you can see is price has actually just missed it, which sometimes it does happen. All right, and then we've broken this. So this is a minor trend. Okay, we got a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then we've created a new lower low, right? So this, we're going to enter this one as well, just for the gigs. I'm not actually going to enter this trade. Okay, or actually should I? It is looking kind of nice. Let's enter. I'm going to enter a small position on this trade, not a full size that I would normally do. If we can, oh, we might. It's a little bit late, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay, so what we got is, come on, there we go. That we got that. Didn't get into that major zone, but what we have done is broken minor structure. Okay, so we've created a change in character of the trend. Alright, and then we've come up into that zone, which you can see from this area. This little white candle has created selling pressure, which has created a change in structure. We come back up into the zone. I then got my signal of a break of candle, which we got here. We're now currently running in profit, halfway in profit. Yeah, caught another trade that I didn't think I was going to get tonight, but it was looking too nice. And then ideally I want to get down to here, which is a 1-to-1. Okay, so this is our stop loss, this is our take profit. I'll then take 80% of that. Alright, and then bring our stop loss to break even, so then we're risk free. But for now, we're just going to let that run, see what happens. We might just reverse here and come up into this zone, but because we've broken this structure, it's looking pretty interesting for me. So there we go, 50% into profit now, pushing down quite nicely. We're about 5 pips here. Okay, this is a 10 pip stop, 9.6 pip stop, and a 9.6 pip take profit. We've got 2.5 minutes left on this candle. Let's see how that crypto's doing real quick. Just what we were looking at. We didn't enter it, but let's see how it's done. What were we looking at? AVAX still playing about, but we haven't shot up yet. Let's go back to our live watch list. Go to GU. Come on. If we get these 2 trades, this would be super nice. What a way to end the stream. But I appreciate you being here, the industry, if you're still here. Give the stream a like if you haven't already. I see that I've got 3 likes tonight, which is great. Subscribe and put the bell notification on so you know when I'm going live, and then you can come and watch the stream, check out the trades, check out the analysis, and have some fun, man. That's what it's about. I don't want to take it too seriously. It's just we'll have a chat, look at what's going on. You can decide what you do with the information. Okay, I'm not telling you to do something or not to do it. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just doing this for your entertainment. and some education. Right, I'm tempted to like just take some off the market profit here because I've got some profit and it's late, and I'm just like, should I take it or should I just let this run? I don't know. Let's see. Let's just leave it. Let's leave it. We got a nice win a minute ago. So there we go. So this one's meant to break even. So good example of why I do this in my trading plan is take 80% and then bring stop loss to break even, because we might continue down now, but I've already got the bag and it could always continue up and up and up. And if I kept my stop loss up there and the 20% still running, you know, I wouldn't gain as much. So whatever's happened, this is a successful trade. We move on to the next one. Okay. GB is looking like it wants to push down, so I'm gonna stick with this one. I was gonna end the stream half an hour ago, but these opportunities just keep showing up. Okay, candles close. Get them while they're hot, yeah, man. Hell yeah. Now, if we can break that candle low, it's going to be really cool. If we break this little wick here, right, that's going to be really nice. Because we've got a little gap here to fill. We can fill these wicks, create a new lower low. If we do get down to these wicks, I might just like take the 80% anyway. Because, why not? Let's get into the end of the day. There's no point in losing now. Let's see. There it goes. Ooh, get a bit of rejection from that low there. See, now this is where risk management comes into play, because in this situation, you know, I'm thinking about, or I'm already thinking about taking the profit, and when I'm in that sort of situation, it could be that I take some now and just take what I got. Because at the end of the day, one thing I learned is not to be greedy. You know, I could just hold this, but if it does go up here, then I've lost 8 pips, you know. So, especially with the time of the evening, let's see. I'm going to take some profit. I'm going to take 80% now, and I'm going to move stop loss to break even before we lose anything. Okay, so we might continue down from here, but because it's the end of the night, what did we get there? Came out about there. We've got 3 pips. Okay, that's not too bad at all. I'm happy with that. We're probably going to keep pushing down, to be fair, but screw it. I don't want the stress anymore. We're gonna end the stream there because that was pretty good. We'll see how that ends up. If that does end up, I'll put it on my Instagram. INFX Invest, INFX INVST. Okay. Thanks to everyone who's joined. Sahil, thank you for being here again, man. Appreciate the love. The industry, thanks for popping in. Amir, thanks for popping in. Smaxy, thanks for popping in. Thanks for the stream, man. Thanks for that, man. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm going to try and do these every day. I really enjoy talking about it live. It kind of makes my trading better as well, because it gives me some accountability to be good for you guys and not just be sat in my room on my own with my own thoughts, thinking about what I should have done, what I shouldn't do. You know, I like being able to portray it to you guys and yeah, enjoy it. So hope you enjoyed. I'm going to end the stream here, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Peace.